Hey guys, what is going on? Corey back again with another review. This time I'm taking a look at Gas Station Simulator. Now available on your Xbox. You can now own your very own gas station. And boy, does it sound fun. It actually was fun. So let's talk about Gas Station Simulator. You start off, there's a very light story. It's hardly worth paying attention to in my opinion, but just go in and know that you've bought a gas station and your uncle's going to call you and start telling you some things to do. And thus begins your gas station empire, if you will. So you're going to be given a few tasks that any gas station would have to go through, namely filling up gas, right, for other people. Aside from that, you do have the inside of the gas station you have to worry about. You are going to be selling a product there. You also have to maintain the cleanliness. So at the very beginning, the whole game is going to be kind of like pick up your room simulator, if you want to call it that. You're going to be picking up trash. You're going to be taking boards off of walls. And you're just going to be kind of cleaning the place up, getting it ready to start your business. And once you are ready, you flip the switch and customers will start to come along. And you're going to have to do all of these tasks yourself. And you're going to be doing that for a little while. And like I said, you're going to be filling up gas. You're going to be checking people out at the register. You're going to be cleaning up dirt and trash and painting walls and those things. Now that's at the very bottom level of kind of what you do. Every task is a mini game, and some of them are kind of fun, but they do get repetitive and old pretty quickly, as you can imagine. Filling up the gas can is kind of fun, as you have to, you don't have to make it stop where it wants you to, but you're not going to make the optimal amount of money if you don't. If you happen to get it within a very small percentage of where it wants you to, you're going to get the full amount, and you're going to get a tip and positive outcomes from the customer. So you do have the popularity level that you're going to maintain throughout this. But as you go and you do quests, which include doing these kind of tasks, you're going to be leveling up your gas station, unlocking other parts around it, as well as more opportunities. And what I mean by that is when it comes to selling product, you're only going to be able to sell a certain amount of different products like food and beverages. As you level up, then you can start to sell ice cream and alcohol, newspapers, cigarettes, things like that. So the more you get into this game, the more it's going to give you to do. In the same sense, as you start to get and grow your business, you're going to have a warehouse come into play. This warehouse is very important because you can only get product if you order it, and that warehouse is where your product has to be stored. Similarly, with the gas, you're going to have a certain level of gas that is in your fuel tanks to give to customers. That's going to be monitored, and you're going to have to order more gas. And when that gas comes, you're going to have to stop what you're doing, go to the gas tank, and for some reason, help the guy who's delivering the gas get it into your fuel tanks. Similar to the warehouse, they're going to pull up to the warehouse. You have to let them in. You have to unload the truck. Then you have to go and pull it from the warehouse into the spots on the shelves. It's kind of mundane and kind of just like, why you got to do that? But you do. It's not a big complaint, but you just have to, that's how you have to roll with it. Similarly, as you level up, not too long into the game, you'll unlock a workshop, which is where people who have car problems will roll up, and very similar to selling product in the store, you have to diagnose the car and pull products off the shelves and fix the cars. It's very easy to do. When you pull in a tire, it's just spamming the right trigger. When you're replacing a mirror, it's spamming the right trigger. When you are buffing out scratches, well, that time you have to hold the right trigger and move around the cursor all around like a crazy person until it's gone. And again, that's at the base level of the workshop. So as you continue to grow that and level that up, you actually get more responsibility and more product you have to manage. Of course, the further along you get, the more you level up, the better products you can get. You're going to get more out of it. You're going to start seeing an increased income. Now, that's not going to start off in the beginning, obviously. Some other things that you can do to increase your income. One of them, the most lucrative I've found, is lockpicking cars. For some reason, that is in this game. As your loyal and faithful customers come into the store, you can just walk on out and lockpick their trunk, see what kind of goods and money they have. And they don't seem to care. One thing about this game is that the customers are in that world, but most of the time they don't care about you, and they don't even care about what they're doing half the time. It's very glitchy in a funny sense. You can see where they kind of slide across the floor. Maybe they'll kind of teleport. Maybe when they get in their car, they're not really in their car. It's kind of humorous, but it does not go unnoticed, the glitches in this game. Now, I've only scratched the surface of the different pieces, the main pieces that you're going to be dealing with. You're going to be running back and forth between these workshops and the fuel pumps, the cash register, the warehouse. That's all you're going to be doing. Eventually, you can unlock employees to help you with that. And as they get better at the jobs you've assigned them to, they level up and become more efficient. But you have to pay them more. So there is a business management part of this where you have to maintain your money and be a little bit smart about what you're doing. At that point, I enjoyed it, but there were pieces that I wish I could turn off. I did not care for the workshop as much. It was pretty lucrative, but the parts that I had to buy to supply that, like the tires, were very expensive. I found myself only being able to purchase so many at a time. And so I would have people in the garage for very long periods of time, whether the job was started or not, just sit there while I was not able to supply them with the parts because I was more focused on keeping product in the store and keeping fuel in my tank. And that fuel went very fast. So there were parts I wish I could turn off. And if I would have made it to the end game, I would say maybe that could have changed. But as much as I've played of this game, at this point, there are a few upgrades left. But all I can see is that they're going to give me more product to manage, more pieces of the car to fix, and things like that. So it's going to become very repetitive. The challenges that I have recently completed and the ones that I'm on now, which are a grind, they're the same thing. I just need to service more cars, check out more people at the register before I am able to level up my gas station again. And so it was pretty fun and entertaining for the first bit, but it does get old. And unfortunately, I'm not seeing much interest to keep going on behind this grind. Now, it is fine to come back and knock out an hour of mundane task here and there, but at this point I think I've gotten my fill with Gas Station Simulator. Maybe if I would have got an inkling of some kind of weirdness going on, like there's this really cool feature where you can reset cars, because like I said, game's kind of glitchy, cars will get stuck, but you can reset them, and when you do, you go click a button and these aliens come and they pull all the cars up and things like that. I kind of wish like some weird like alien stuff would have happened. I don't know why, but it just sounded fun. But it never did, and yeah. So with that said, I enjoyed Gas Station Simulator. It was a fun simulator game, a lot to do, but unfortunately it does probably overstay its welcome for me, and I don't think I need to play it past the 10 or 15 hours that I have into the game so far. So with that, hopefully you have been able to make your own judgment, and that'll wrap it up for me for this video. Be sure to check out xboxtavern.com, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.